This episode features a visit from multiple generations from the planet Cardigan.
They are led by the father and son team of Oshkosh and Begosh.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to learn about turning to your ancestors and why you sometimes can't avoid it.
Shut up and sit down.
I'm sorry, I just woke up. Trellis, you're still here.
of course I'm still here.
Hello.
Hello, who are you?
Yes, please introduce yourself.
Hi, well, hello. My name is Oshkosh, and you'll notice this head growing a little bit over my right shoulder is my son, Begosh.
Are you attached?
Yes, well, we grow out of the same body. I am his father. This is my seed, my spawn, Begosh.
How long has he been growing out of you?
Well, Begosh, how old are you now? I'd say I'm about five and a half years.
You're a strapping young man.
Thank you.
What there is of you.
And I do see a resemblance.
Oh, thank you.
I would know that you are father and son right away, just by looking at you.
Everyone said they look at us and they say, well, those two, they definitely share some characteristics.
Yes.
Specifically body weight, body shape, color, because it is, again, it's the same body.
From the neck down, I can't tell the difference.
I know. Yes, I know.
From the neck up, I immediately say they are different beings, but the same genus.
This question's coming to mind. If he's your son and he's on you,
Yes.
do daughters grow out of their mothers?
Excuse me, what's a daughter?
Oh,
A daughter would be a female version of the son.
Okay, and then I guess I got a second question for you then. What is a female then?
Oh.
I think we have our first genderless being on the show.
So only one genre of sex on your world?
There's a static number of us on planet Cardigan,
Uh-huh.
and we continue to grow.
Oh, yes. Oh,
From our fathers, we share the body, and as we grow, the older heads they kind of shift back down the base of the spine towards the anus, where they're then recycled in a way, reincarnated as a later great grandchild.
So your ancestors are residing in your anus?
No. My father's right here, right on the base of my neck.
Yes. See, right there on your back?
What's that?
Because we're not in a visual medium, I was just describing where.
Yes,
As it goes down the spine.
that's right. They're like little, you know how Brussels sprouts grow? You have Brussels sprouts on your planet?
Unfortunately, there are Brussels sprouts everywhere. We could do a whole program on Brussels sprouts and the plague that they...
On my planet, Brussels sprouts was a famous actor.
Did he have multiple heads growing down his spine into his anus?
He did not, but he did play two characters in the same movie one time.
We have a few actors on my planet, and a lot of the times the heads will play different roles.
Do you have many different acting dynasties for generations of actors all in the same body?
Our most famous one's probably Brad Pitt and his son Brad Pitt, and then his grandfather. I shouldn't say his name; it's a little naughty, but he was an adult film actor.
Yes.
Oh, that must have been a little awkward for the other Brads.
Yeah, it was a departure from the norm.
Now, were they related at all to Brad shit?
Oh, Brad Pitt's in the anus. Yeah, he's hovering right above the anus, I think, right now.
Very good, very good. It just seemed natural that would be a natural progression. And in many families, the way the names progress, that just made sense to me.
Absolutely.
Is Cardigan known for its entertainment and movies? It sounds like everybody is involved in one way or another.
In film and television?
Yeah, entertainment.
Oh yeah, I mean entertainment's booming on Cardigan right now, and it's
You do look like the older version of your son.
that's right.
And looking on your back there, yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can just see that.
You can see them. They kind of shrivel up as they go down. Again, like the Brussels sprouts.
A bit pruny.
Pruny is probably the technical term. Yes, pruny. But still, remarkably well preserved.
How long does it take? Will it take your father to recycle his way all the way down and then back up until he becomes a son? And whose son?
Let me see.
Whose son would he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The oldest one I've got closest to my anus without going inside is probably my great-great-great-grandfather, Skechers, and then he's just barely visible.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So he's just peeking out.
Like a turtle or something.
That's right. Exactly right. Like a turtle.
So by my count, there's about 8 of you on your person.
And now, of course, we can't see all of them.
Is that an average? Does everybody have 8?
It's a little bit of a personal question. So it's, you don't ask someone their age. You don't ask how many heads they have going down their spine into their anus.
Of course, we see that some of the heads are disappearing down into your waist garment. We haven't described what you're wearing.
Oh, please do.
Now, as we can see some of your ancestors, but then others, obviously, with the anus itself is not visible, which I appreciate.
I don't know if I'd call that a skirt or a wrap. Look more of a wrap from your waist down.
It is wrapped around, so I would call it a wrap.
Yes. Well, it's very important culturally on planet Cardigan that you respect your elders, and that includes making sure that they're moisturized daily. They get plenty of air, plenty of sunlight. They still need vitamin D.
Right.
They need food, just not as much. I sometimes
Feeding time on the old spine must be a bit.
Was it first come, first serve? Or
It's a bit of a dibs system. I run the show, right?
Right.
At the moment, my son Begosh will take over for me in time. I'll eat first, and then I've got stuff left over because we all share the same stomach. I could eat the whole food and we'd be fine, but it's a respect thing.
Wait, you don't share the same stomach?
No, he does. They do.
Oh, you do? I was going to say that makes no sense at all.
That would be crazy. That would be completely insane.
That would be insane. Yes.
I'll kind of say 3, 2, 1, go. And Begosh, my son, he'll get kind of the second dibs, right? He'll get the second round. Then I'll say 1, 2, 3, go, and then the different heads they'll say dibs, dibs the steak, dibs the potatoes, dibs on that pea, and then my Begosh will be writing this down with right hand, then my left hand will be distributing out the portions accordingly.
You count down 3, 2, 1. Why not just use a starter's pistol?
Oh, you mean like a gun?
Like a gun. Like a gun.
Yes, add some flair. Add some flair to it, some drama.
That sounds pretty nice, actually. I think that would be. I'll check with the group. I want to make sure my son Begosh knows that gun safety is a very important thing on our planet.
Yes.
Good. I'll let him do it, and I think that's an important thing too, that he gets to fire it.
It's one of those bonding things between a father and his head.
It's between heads. Any two heads can share something like that. Connecting, passing things along from generation to generation. Seems like it is almost, if it were on the front of your body, it would be right in your face. Whereas now it's not right in your face, literally. It's on your back.
Yes.
You got to turn to your ancestors. That's the saying on our planet.
Turn to your ancestors, yes. On my world, we have everything is badly planned, and so ancestors. Let's just say, if you wanted to go honor your ancestors by going to their grave or your family home or so, it would be nearly impossible because we can't find anything.
That's true. So how I honor my ancestors is I'll grab a bouquet of flowers and I'll ram it right up my ass.
I'm sorry, I got a bit emotional just imagining that.
Is that also a 3, 2, 1, go situation?
It is at the moment, but I'm thinking the starter pistol idea is a great addition to the ceremony.
I'm surprised that all your generations you hadn't thought of that. Not even a clap.
I was a 3-2. I was raised a 3-2-1 man, but you don't have to respect every tradition, right?
That's true. Well, and you have to start some of your own traditions, or else where else would the traditions come from?
Yeah, it's a fine line between you respecting your elders and things they've established before you, and you wanting to leave your mark on the 8 heads.
Because they certainly have left their mark on you.
They have.
Now, on my planet, people would most likely head to their nearest plastic surgery office and have them removed.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's brutal. But what would you do with them? I'm sorry, now I thought I knew more about you, Trellis, but no, this is...
We toss them in the garbage or a stew.
Garbage? This is how you tribute your ancestors.
No, well, they're not really our ancestors. I said if it looked like a head growing out of us.
I understand. You're not talking about actual ancestors. You're talking about...
No. I'm sorry. I wasn't meaning to imply that I cook and eat my ancestors or discard them. It's just things growing out of our bodies we cut off. That's what I'm trying to say.
Fair. That sounds perfectly fair.
That's normal for me.
Yes, reshaping. And I'm sorry, we've stepped away from our guest or guests.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really just me, Oshkosh, and my son Begosh here. They don't talk as much.
Oh, the others are just they're inert.
Well, they get kind of quieter, the further they get down. So my father's, so he's yapping in my ear every now and then.
I noticed. I thought I heard another voice in there somewhere. I didn't know if it was my usual way of accidentally overhearing conversations.
I mean, I could wake him up if you guys want to speak to him, or if you want to speak.
If you want.
Would he be cranky?
Oh yeah, of course.
We haven't eaten yet, so I'm
Oh, good point.
not sure if we want to get him on an empty stomach. But I'll leave that up to you.
I don't know if you guys want to get any apps to split. I could feed him a chip or a.
These are some appetizers we ordered yesterday, but are just arriving because they're training some new wait staff. There you go. Just take from there.
Grab a sticker.
Yes, grab a sticker.
All right, just selecting a sticker.
Oh, yes, that one is perfect.
All right, I'm gonna go for a dipping sauce.
Definitely a good choice on the dipping sauce.
Hot, medium, and mild. They're all excellent.
All right, I'm gonna go with medium, just a nice middle.
Yes, probably for an older stomach, that's probably best.
Again, my stomach still, but an older mouth, certainly.
An older mouth, he says, I'm so sorry.
Quite all right. All right, now look, we've got to be a little quiet, all right? Because I'm not doing the traditional 3, 2, 1, go.
I wish we had a camera. I would do a close-up of this.
Hey, Dad, how are you doing? Fine. I got a little treat for you. It's in the shape of a sticker.
Oh.
Medium flavor.
Oh.
What's going on? Where are we? What are we doing? Well, Dad, we're being interviewed by two guide specialists, Horatio and Trellis. They wanted to ask you a little bit about our family lineage, our heritage, if you're up for that conversation. Very good. Hey, gentlemen.
Well, sorry, what is your name? There's Oshkosh, Begosh, and you are...
Limited 2. My name is Limited 2.
Limited 2? Was there a Limited 1?
Long time ago, Limited.
Were you trying to break tradition with naming your son Oshkosh instead of Limited 3?
That's right. I was hoping he would, he'd break the chain of kind of naming children after older fellas, but he just went ahead, skipped a step, and named his son almost right after himself, which is, I think, a little bit presumptuous.
So conflict of the generations.
All right, Dad, we don't need to get into the whole, who named their son what. The gentleman just want to ask you a couple of questions, okay? So let's not pile on, Oshkosh, okay? This isn't 10 years ago when I was on your shoulder, all right? I'm the man now. I'm in charge, so.
Oh, no, a generational conflict. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm all for this. This is making for great entertainment over the stickers.
I'm still in charge.
What is the normal recycling time? Like, so let's say
That's a very rude question.
Is that? I'm sorry. Oh,
I'm sorry. That's my dad. I said it. It's a rude question to ask, but
He is a rude man, rude being.
Dad, why don't you just humor him, all right? They just want to learn about us. They want to learn about our culture.
So just so I know, though, going forward, don't ask a Cardigarian how many heads they have, and 2, don't ask how long it takes for a head to recycle from.
I just wouldn't ask anything that suggests age or presence or time. Cardigarians are very particular about the fact that they don't die or exist parallel to time in any way. We are, in a way, immortal, so it's a delicate subject.
Do you retain the knowledge, or does it pass from one head to the next? So the current main head is the keeper of all knowledge, which eventually gets added to with each new head.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's an oral tradition, so we do lose some stuff sometimes. The older heads, they just blab on and on.
Family portraits must be interesting.
Oh, that's absolutely. So, we're a bit wealthy on Cardigan. I don't want to say we're the 1% or anything, but we've got money and
An affluent world.
Have your family portrait? Are they painted? Are they digitally recorded?
I'm picturing a bit of an department store photo studio.
And then trying to get every head dressed and smiling.
Yeah, would you adorn yourself for photographs or just go au naturel?
family portrait. What we've got at our home, and you see this in a lot of homes on Planet Cardigan, something you spend money on, is very, very long canvas, painter's canvas, right? It's got a torso. It's my torso, and it's just stretched the length of the canvas. And then we paint a new head once it reaches maturity. Once it takes over as the leader of the body, paint that head right there, and then you get the artist. He comes in and he's getting ready to paint the next head, and so on and so on. And we've got spaces a good ways down, so I think we'll be all right. Some of the poorer folks, they'll use panorama mode on their phone or something.
So I'm just imagining a family gathering. Is it just ancestors and descendants?
I mean, I'd call my existence a family gathering. It's kind of nonstop. Some Cardiginians are unfortunate enough to have twins.
Oh.
So now you've got 3 heads, and then you've got 2 heads sharing the body, and then then they've got to go down. And the problem really gets when both of those heads have to slip into the anus at once, because it becomes very uncomfortable. So that's something to look forward to.
Oh. I can see how that would be. I would not want to actually see that.
No.
But I can see how that would be a bit off.
That's what the skirt's for.
I understand. I definitely, no offense to you, and I would cover it up as well.
Right.
Sorry, I had to get a bit of a drink there. Yes, we need fresh drinks for the rest of this conversation.
Do we need separate glasses for you, Oshkosh, or one glass with 8 straws?
I would say I'm the only one of drinking age.
Okay.
My father didn't need any.
Oh, yes. Is it?
If you wanted to talk to Begosh while I have myself a gargle blaster,
That would be fine. I was going to ask, do you age out? You said that you were the only one of age. It's like you either too young, too old.
You age out of drinking? That's terrible.
So, you know how when you drink too much, you might vomit, right?
Oh, yes. Every time.
Well, I just die due to the fact that my livers rotate through as I drink, and once one liver becomes saturated, the next liver takes over. But I only have 3 livers, and so at some point, if liver number 1 hasn't fully recovered yet,
Hasn't caught up all the way.
and I just then I'm just gonna die. So I have to actually keep myself very measured.
You just died?
I just die.
So far, it hasn't happened.
That's terrible.
That is one of the grand epics, I believe, of Trellis's world, is the story of the last liver. It's a trilogy. First liver, penultimate liver, last liver.
Lord of the Livers.
Well, that's the blanket title for the
Return of the Liver.
The sequel.
And the 2 livers. Yeah, so just keep your eye on me. If I get a little shaky, then I need to slow down.
All right,
so
yeah.
that,
You look pale or anything, I'll send
exactly. So
he's only got about 500 more years left on that liver.
my head isn't just gonna sag off to the back of my spine and a new one takes over, all happy and ready to go.
That's unfortunate.
No offense to your culture for doing that.
No, none take.
Good.
Begosh was my son. That's my boy. He's hitting puberty a good couple of years earlier than I did, I think.
Oh, will that be a problem? Will it be waiting for your head to be forced back down the spine?
Well, there is a discussion that's had, right? So it's not a process that happens automatically. It's an agreement.
You have to cede your location at some point.
Yes. I have to agree. We have to agree mutually that one of us is retiring the throne, ceding the throne, and then the other one gets to take full control. You can remove a head. You can accidentally sit down too hard and destroy one of your ancestors. It's a thing. It's unfortunate, but it does happen.
Well, I hope our booth is soft enough for you that you're not causing any injury.
Oh yeah, no, this is wonderful.
Oh, okay. Very, very.
Thank you so much for that. I think if you're careful and you make sure to look where you're going, it's not a terrible inconvenience. You just got to move slow, and I'm trying to train Begosh to keep that in mind as he grows up.
What would be the most important lesson you could imbue Begosh with for when Begosh becomes the dominant head?
Jeez, what could I tell my son Begosh?
I'm sorry, this is a bit personal. I know this is a bit personal.
Well, I'd tell him, yeah, Dad, what's coming on? What are you talking about?
Oh, look at that. He's just waking up.
Yeah, he's tuckered out from all that drawing.
I can understand.
I think he may have eaten a few of the crayons too, but
I could feel him rattling around. I would tell my son Begosh, make sure you name your child after a department store. That's very important. Listen to your elders, but make your own choices. All right, you're going to be in charge one day, okay? And things might be easy, things might be hard, but you gotta listen to your heart, which is incidentally also my heart and your grandfather's heart. And I think that'll really tell you where to go in life, what to do. All right? And I love you. I guess that's the thing I'm trying to say is I love you, Begosh.
I feel so fortunate that we got to witness that moment.
I want to thank you for mobilizing that.
And thank you for letting us share it with the...
Entire universe,
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire known universe just got to hear.
I wish the universe could have seen that.
I also wanted to make it clear for the people listening to the guide that I gave my son a quick Bon Jovi after I said I loved him. That's an important thing in our culture, too.
No, that was the sloppiest kiss I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what we call a Bon Jovi. It's like a kiss, but you've got to get as wet as possible.
Do you want to wipe any of that saliva off, or does it just stay there?
That'll dry. That'll dry. It's very important in my culture that you kiss your children on the mouth for as long as you can, because eventually you're not going to be able to turn your neck around and you give your dad a big sloppy Bon Jovi.
I was going to say that it would become anatomically impossible to express physical affection.
Absolutely. You got to get them while you can.
They grow up so fast.
They grow up and then growing down.
But the nice part is, even though there's going to be replay, you never say goodbye. You're always going to be right there. The question that just popped into my head of, what do Cardigarians do? What do you do on a daily basis? And
So Cardigans or Cardigarians? I don't want to offend yet another culture.
I've already asked 3 rude questions, and I may have been mislabeling you.
Cardigarian.
Cardigarian.
I got one right. That's good. What do you do for work?
As we grow, it's encouraged that new heads follow their passion, follow their dreams. My dream is in flooring. I install hardwood and tile flooring.
Oh, quite
A noble pursuit.
There's something about floors. I just can't get enough of them. I'm not sure that's Begosh's job of choice. He seems very artistically inclined. Maybe he'll be a painter.
You could, before you shuffle off down the back, expand your current business from floors to flooring and paint, and he can pick it up.
Oshkosh and Sons flooring and paint.
Absolutely.
Perhaps in a cathedral. You could paint the floor of a cathedral.
Oh, that would be wonderful. We do have a lot of cathedrals on Cardigan. It's sometimes a problem.
You've sparked something in my mind there. Cathedrals. Is it the number of cathedrals that are the problem, or the existence?
Well, we have a lot of cathedrals on our planet, and the reason is because,
Right, yes.
unlike on other planets where deities might, great prophets and such, they might die, and then their word is carried on. Our Savior is very much still alive and a productive member of society.
Oh,
Right? So he didn't die. You just kind of rotated down the back into the anus.
yes, that makes perfect sense, yes.
So his great grandson, I think oh geez, Dad, I don't know if you know this. Does he work in marketing, advertising?
Thank you, Mr. Limited, too.
So it's hard to kind of denounce religion in any way when you can just point to the guy and be like, no, there he is. He's over there.
He's actually there. He's there saving you in real time. There is no misinterpretation of the followers of the words.
Absolutely not.
Because he's right there.
And he's very busy. And they'll pester him. They'll keep pushing him.
He's on a deadline. I got to figure out how to sell this milk, and I don't have time for you.
Only a couple of years ago, his great grandfather finally slipped into his asshole. So they were pestering him for a long time, trying to get that last head to, speak up, give him some words of wisdom, encouragement. Now he's got some peace and quiet, at least for a little while.
So now the cathedrals actually might have a point to them. So he's not there to be asked about.
That's right. I mean, he was pretty quiet at the end. He's pretty muffled, but they can still point to the guy and say, like, look, he looks just like him. He looks just like the painting.
Will he be back? Will there be a rotation, a second rotation?
A kind of resurrection, if you will.
Yes, resurrection, rotation, yes.
We have a saying in our society. I have no idea where it comes from, but it's removing the stone from in front of the cave. And that just means for someone who's been gone for a while to come back.
Ah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I was thinking of a possible entry for Cardigan.
Yes.
Oshkosh just came up with it, I think. Could you repeat it one more time? Was it roll the stone away?
Eventually, the stone will be rolled from the cave entrance.
Eventually, the stone will be rolled from the cave entrance. I think that's a very accurate description. If you think about it in depth, I'm going to type this in here. Cardigan, home of the Cardigarians and their many heads. Eventually, the stone will be rolled away from the cave. And I think that's going to leave, it's got that amount of intrigue that I think is going to draw people to your planet to come visit.
It will certainly make people want to read the entry further about it because they will say, I don't understand a bit of it.
Exactly. We like to leave a lot of open-ended entries with our work because that's what pulls people in.
That's wonderful.
I hope your heads have enjoyed the stickers as well.
Oh, it's been wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. Begosh, say thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guests, Oshkosh and Begosh. I have been Trellis Gardeen.
And I continue to be Horatio Zinn. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if your kind of planet has been blown up, there's probably another version of it in an alternate universe. So don't panic. Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Adrian Hansen as Oshkosh and Begosh and family. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.